Finally, in Africa, a Chinese supermarket has been accused of racism against locals in Nigeria's capital, Abuja. Nigerians were outraged after they were denied entry inside the store for not being of Chinese descent. The West African nation's consumer watchdog has now shut down the Chinese market and summoned its owner.
Nigerian authorities have refused to reopen the Chinese supermarket.
Like Nigerians to white people, Nigerians don't tolerate any nonsense that comes their way. And
it is the audacity for me, it is the gall, it is the effrontery for me to tell people on their own soil, in their own country, that they cannot access an establishment. Like, where do you think you are?
Must have done something. We go to places and you'll be wondering, I bought the land. Once I fence that land, is my territory.
I carry the land to your country.
No, I honestly felt ashamed on her behalf. Like, what are you talking about, ma'am? Nigerians must have done something. I have my land, and the moment I have my land and I fenced it, I can do whatever. I can say I am not employing these people. Are you an embassy? For those of you who are saying this because it's Nigeria, that's a lie. Nigeria actually does not tolerate this. Nigeria has proven over time that they do not tolerate this. Do you guys remember the British man, the owner of Seplat Oil, that Nigeria deported? One thing I have learned about Nigerians is that Nigerians are friendly people. We are hospitable people. Until you start to think that you are all that, feel like you are better than the citizens, that's when Nigerians will change it for you. Like, you go collect water. Like, and apparently after this whole thing blew up, the owner of the supermarket has now disappeared. Like, she fled. And now I'm now wondering, I think this is even beyond an issue of just discrimination. Hey my lovelies, welcome back to my channel. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you are new, I hope you stay and you join the family. Guys, I know it's been a while you guys have seen my face. I've done a sit down video. Life has just been so busy, but today this topic is so important to me that I just had to say no. I have to make time to sit down and talk about this, because I was on the streets of Google minding my business and this feed just popped up on my screen saying that there is this supermarket, I keep saying restaurant, this Chinese supermarket owned by Chinese person, where Nigerians apparently are not allowed to shop. Like, Nigerians are not allowed to access the building. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. It is a Chinese-owned supermarket that has been given a license to operate in Nigeria by the Nigerian government on Nigerian soil, but apparently Nigerians are not allowed in there. At first, I thought it was a joke. I was like, okay, did they do this to them on April 1st? Was this April Fool's stuff? But no, it wasn't. It's a real something. And apparently this has been going on since January. And before we even talk about how this whole thing now blew up, apparently the owner of this supermarket, I learned that is a woman. So apparently this woman has fled. Like, the moment they closed up this restaurant, the moment they closed up this supermarket and now they want to start investigating, the woman fled. Like, she's nowhere to be found now. And this is just making me think, is this not even bigger than just an issue of discrimination? Are you sure this is not something way more sinister than just discrimination against Nigerians in their own country? Something tells me there is something bigger going on here. But first of all, let's even just listen to all of the clips that led to this mess. Then I'm going to come back. Guys, I have a lot to say on this. Then I'm going to come back and give my own 2 cents.
I'm going back to our local supermarkets because they say I cannot enter. Here in Abuja, me a Nigerian, I cannot enter a place. Go and try this in China and see. Open a place and say citizens not go enter. You go see what will go happen to you. Nigeria.
That's the Chinese supermarket. That's it there. So January they stop.
This January they stop. Now they stop Nigerians to enter this supermarket.
Why? What's happening?
They're getting me written notice. They're getting me approval from government. They're getting anything. They make them bring that decision.
That's what they do since January.
But before January, people they enter.
Before January,
Nigerians they come inside before January.
Okay.
That's all.
Okay. My name is ASG. Currently, we are at the Chinese Chamber, Airport Road, Abuja. So we can hire my friend. We are up to 3 or 4 here. So we are not allowed to enter the Chinese supermarket. So it's not a joke. It's not a lie. We're there Abuja right now. We did the place. Now show the environment.
That's the place. That's the building. So apparently, yeah, we are trying to we been won't try enter the place. Maybe know how far, but we heard that now our Nigerian people, and then they and then they sell, baby. They are the ones selling in there. So if we go there, they might lose their job. Me, I was thinking we should just go and try to sell for us or not. But the security have explained things to us, and I think it's going to be wise. I don't want our people that are there working. They say even if they sell for us now, it will backfire on them. I mean, that's what they said. That's what they said. So we will not go to inside the. We don't want to force ourselves inside the supermarket, so it will not cause issues. So for now, we just confirm that okay, you cannot go in as a Nigerian. Okay, they said that from January they stop allowing Nigerians to buy things.
First of all, guys, I want to commend the people who made these videos that exposed this. First of all, I want to commend them. I want to commend especially the people who went back, because I think that it must be that the first day they went, they weren't prepared, so they didn't record the encounter, you know, but they went back this time, first of all, to confirm, like, is this actually true, and also to make sure that they had it on record as evidence, and then put it on social media for everybody to see. I really, really commend them. But I also really commend, in fact, most importantly, I commend the Nigerian government. I commend the FCC. I put this on the screen so I'm not making a mistake. FCC, PC, the organization in charge of consumers and all the legislation that guards, you know, how commerce is done in Nigeria. I want to commend them for taking swift action by locking down this place, by closing it down indefinitely, you know, and now they've summoned the owner and she's nowhere to be found. Now, guys, there were a lot of things that made me laugh about this, not in a good way, but I found really really funny. The first one is the fact that the person who is guarding, the security guy that we were talking to, you could see that the security guy is even Nigerian. So you are using a Nigerian to guide, to stop other Nigerians from coming into the establishment. I don't know if you guys see the irony in that. First of all, I was also looking through the comments, and there were some people who were saying, the reason why they were able to do this is because it's Nigeria now, anything goes and blah, blah, blah. Please, let me correct you. Please hold on there and let me tell you that Nigeria actually has the history of not tolerating this. For those of you who might have forgotten, Nigeria has proven over time that they do not tolerate this. Do you guys remember the British man, the owner of Seplat Oil, that Nigeria deported, revoked his trading license, revoked his the license he uses for the oil exploration, and revoked his visa to stay in Nigeria? Like, he was deported and sent back. Do you guys remember that man?
The federal government of Nigeria has revoked the visa, residence, and work permit of Roger Brown, a popular British businessman and investor in Nigeria. The federal government took the move over the allegation that the British business mogul racially abused his Nigerian staff. And this was disclosed in a tweet by Bashir Ahmad, the special assistant to President Muhammadu Buhari on digital communications, on Thursday, March the 10th of 2023. Mr. Ahmad's tweet reads, "The federal government has revoked visa, residence, and work permit of Roger Brown, a British businessman and CEO of Seplat Energy PLC, an oil and gas exploration and production company based in Nigeria, over alleged racism, favoring of foreign workers, and discrimination against Nigerian employees." Reacting to the development, the former senator of Kaduna Central and chieftain of the People's Democratic Party, Shehu Sani, commended the development. His words read, "Racism in Nigeria. The revocation of the visa of the CEO of Seplat Energy PLC, Roger Brown, by the federal government over the allegation of racism against Nigerians in their company is commendable. You can't come to our country to make money and discriminate against our people."
Workers complained of discrimination. The workers complained that it was showing preferential treatment to the white employees over the black employees. It was paying them more than the black employees. They were getting more benefits, and they were just being discriminated against. And the Nigerian government came out and said, no, not in our country. You are not going to come to our country to make money and you'll be discriminating against our people. It is not done. In fact, our people should be the one getting more benefits. So if you are going to bring your rate to desist way into our country, we will not tolerate it here. Where do you think you are? And they sent him back. I don't know if you guys also remember that there was also an issue of a restaurant a Chinese restaurant. That's why I keep saying restaurant instead of supermarket for this one, because there was actually an incident in, I think, 2021 of a Chinese restaurant too, that tried to also do this nonsense and said Nigerians were not allowed that in the restaurant. Do you guys remember that restaurant was also closed down by the Nigerian government as well? You guys also remember during the issue of the COVID-19, no, the Omicron, after COVID had went, and then there was another strain of Omicron virus, and you know, there was this list that some countries made, France and the rest of them, they called it the red list, and they said these countries have been banned, like flights from these countries have been banned from coming because of Omicron, and Nigeria was on that list. Do you guys remember how Nigeria retaliated?
These folks created a red list of countries they didn't want coming into their country. First of all, there was nothing red about that list. That list was a freaking blacklist. But you know what Nigeria did? Nigeria retaliated. My country, Nigeria, was like, oh, so what you are saying is we can't come into your country. Ah, no problem, oh. Meaning you can't come into our country either.
So guys, all I'm just saying is that history has shown over time that Nigeria actually does not tolerate you coming into this country and thinking that you can treat our citizens like second class in their own country. Like, it's not done. When they come to your country, well, sometimes we can only go so far in telling you this is not okay, you know, but you now think that attitude that you do in your country can even bring it down here. No, I won't take that from you. So I'm just saying that for those of you who are saying it's because it's Nigeria, that's a lie. Nigeria actually does not tolerate this. One thing I have learned about Nigerians is that Nigerians are friendly people. We are friendly people. We are hospitable people. Like, we will show you a good time. We will welcome you until you start to misbehave, until you start to think that you are all that, until you start to want to feel like you are better than the citizens. That's when Nigerians will change it for you. Like, you go collect water. Like, see, there are many challenges in this country, yes, but one thing I can tell you for free about Nigerians is that Nigerians will not tolerate that. Nigerians will not tolerate that. So I am telling you categorically that Nigerians will not. Nigerians can, you come and buy from us now. You come and do this now. But the moment you start to think you are, it ends there. It ends there. I'm telling you, that is just it. Do you guys remember what Julius Malema said about Nigerians? Let me play the clip for you.
Nigerians to white people. Nigerians don't tolerate any nonsense that comes their way. And that's why there are not so many white people in Nigeria. Because they think Nigerians are rude people. They think the Nigerians are not polite people to work with. But that's not the case. The Nigerians don't tolerate nonsense. And every time they answer you, you will think they are fighting. They are not fighting. They are emphatic. They know what they want.
That is it. That is it. Honestly. Like he said, you know, why people feel like, oh, they are rude, they are proud, they do this. He said, no. Nigerians just know what they want. Nigerians are not, they don't cower because you are white-skinned. They don't, you know, feel inferior because you are white-skinned. They will stand toe-to-toe with you. You know, you misbehave, you collect accordingly. And honestly, that's also my own motto in life too. The type of energy you give me is what I return. If you behave correctly, like your head is correct, you do normal with me, I will return the energy. I will return the positive energy times 2. We will vibe and all of that. But if you also bring the type of energy of, you know, like, that is what I'll return. And let me tell you, that is the type of this thing that guides majority of Nigerians and how they treat things. You know, when I was trying to prepare for this video, I actually came across some videos, also looking up what other people have said about this, and I saw TVC news channel. They also talked about this. They had a panel of, I think, 4 women, and all of them were talking about this. You can go look it up. But I'm going to react to just one of them and one thing she said.
You must have done something. We go to places and you'll be wondering, what happened? We had access to these countries before. Do you know ordinary Seychelles? Ordinary Seychelles. You don't, Nigerians are not accepted in Seychelles. This is not one Babara country where people used to go and do wedding and just do vacation. Why? Nigerians went and do something. They have done something. Now I understand this is perspective that that's their own country.
That's their own country.
Territory. But when you've already bought
you reject me.
I bought the land. Once I fence that land, is my territory.
I carry the land to your country.
And you can then evacuate me and my business from the place. But when I bought land and I fenced the land, I can say, in this my land.
But there are rules of doing business in every country.
I just want to tell you, ma'am, that it made no sense. I don't know. I honestly felt ashamed on her behalf. Like, what are you talking about, ma'am? What are you talking about? You said then because in some places in Seychelles, Nigerians are not being allowed anymore, and so blah blah blah. Nigerians must have done something. Please, ma'am, I need you to go back and replay what you said and listen to it like a third party. Like, I need you to go back, play it and listen to yourself and hear if it makes sense. Like, they must have done something. Yes, it's true, but I have my land, and the moment I have my land and I fenced it, I can do whatever. I can say I am not employing these people. Are you an embassy? The only type of establishment in any country that you can say the soil, even the moment you touch that soil, you have left the host country, is an embassy. You cannot have it, even if you bought your land, you built your this thing on it, as long as whatever the business you have is still in that country, the laws that govern business and commerce in that country govern you too, and you must abide. The country is the one that has given you the license to operate, and therefore all the laws that govern commerce and trade in that country, you must also abide by. And the laws of this country do not say anywhere that you have the right to say you would refuse the citizens of the country entrance into any type of establishment. And I'm just surprised that you are making that kind of, I don't know, comments on the public platform. I come and telling me one nonsense about, oh, Nigerians must have behaved somehow. Nigerians, is there one person that is Nigerians? Let's even assume that one person came out and now one Nigerian truly came to the business and misbehaved. Is that representation of the whole population of Nigerians? Is that representation of 90% of Nigerians that come into your store? Is there any business where you don't have people come in and misbehave? Does that make you ban everybody that now comes from that race? So if an Indian comes and misbehaves, you say all Indians are not allowed. If an American comes in and misbehaves, you say all Americans are not allowed. Nobody should even come in and bring in that nonsense. Be ashamed of herself for that comment, saying there are Chinese restaurants in the US, in the UK. Can they do this there? Are they telling me that Chinese restaurants in the UK, Chinese restaurants in the US, they haven't had citizens of that country who have behaved less than politely? Are they telling me they've not had it? In the US and the UK, are they telling me they've not had customers in Chinese establishments that are American who have behaved somehow? Did that make them enact a policy that now banned all Americans from entering a Chinese establishment in America or in the UK? Can they do that there? They only did that here because they felt they could get away with it. I was experiencing third-hand embarrassment on your behalf, man. I'm just saying. Anyways, that's by the way. So, in any case, I want to thank the Nigerian government for standing up and saying no to this rubbish. We will not take that here. We will not take that here. That is not done here. No. So, anyways, I hope that they actually continue to look more into this case. I believe that there is something more going on. I honestly believe that there is something more going on that is being hidden, and that I feel like they will uncover more. I feel like the focus is so much on the fact that they are discriminating against Nigerians in their own country, which should not be tolerated, which is a big deal. But I feel like that could actually be overshadowing maybe something even more sinister that is going on behind closed doors. Because why has she fled? Why has the owner of this business fled? Why were they allowing Nigerians in until January this year? So something is telling me that there must be something going on there. Are you sure there isn't something going on, like some type of shady business, some type of something horrible that they are trying to cover up, where, you know, their fellow Chinese people are all in this together, or like they know that if Nigerians start coming in, it could get exposed real quick. Because again, let's face it, there are, even if the Chinese population in Nigeria is many, there are still minority. Let's say maybe we'll have 15,000 of them, maybe 20,000 at most. Officially they say 10,000, but we have to have at least 15 to 20,000 Chinese people in Nigeria, right? Let's even assume that we now have 10,000 of them in Abuja, where the supermarket is located. The majority are still Nigerians. So of course, if a business wants to make money from the business, you cannot be closed off to the majority of the population. If you are closing your business to the majority of the population and saying that only few people, only a population that makes less than 1% of that population are the only ones you are catering to, it means that your business has other ways of making money. So that alone is suspicious. It tells me that business is just a front for the real thing that they are doing behind closed doors. And that is why I believe that this should truly be investigated. This should be investigated. There is more to it. It should not just be shut down. But again, I want to commend them for even shutting it down. I still believe there is something more going on. But if there isn't, in any case, thank you for closing it down. And thank God that she has fled herself. Because in my opinion, after closing down that place, she should be deported like that British man and sent back to her country. Revoke any license that she has to operate and return her to her country. Such should not be tolerated here. And honestly, because of the position of Nigeria on the continent and even in the world, I feel like these things are important for Nigeria to take bold, assertive steps or actions like this. Because whether we like it or not, the world is watching. The world is watching. That is it. Anyways, that's the video, guys. Thank you for watching. And again, I just want to thank you, my lovely subscribers. I know that I haven't been as regular. You guys have not been seeing my face. It's because I've just been working on a lot of things behind the scenes aside YouTube. And let me tell you, YouTube is not easy. YouTube is not easy, honestly. Editing is not easy. Coming up with content is not easy. Filming it and all of that, there is nothing that is easy in this. So yes, it's been a lot, but I've just been trying my best to still, you know, keep you guys abreast of certain things that have been going on. So I just want to thank you, all my lovelies. I am going to give a special shout out to some of my subscribers in my next video. I think they deserve it. And maybe I think we'll even start like a shout out weekend for shout outs to all of my subscribers. I think I would love to do that, yes, because you guys are amazing. Anyways, don't forget to like the video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye, guys.